to close the game. I had no way of coming out of the game, nothing. I just had to close it down completely. So hopefully we can get back in on time. Absolutely. I've never had that glitch before, where it's gone into the race results and stuck there. That is an absolute new one. We're going to go again. Hopefully we can join before the race start. I very much doubt it. It's disappointing if we can't get in time. And we will miss the start of the sprint. But we do have a sprint and a race to go. Amazing stuff. Just things you love to see. Codemaster's usual shite. Let's go! Come on. Can you tell I'm a very patient person when it comes to this game? Absolutely. Got all the patience in the world. Oh, we're going! We've missed 2 laps! Great stuff. Great stuff. Codemasters, you are a pile of wank. Robbo is currently leading from DMAC. What did we miss? Not much. Paul got up a place. Matthew went down a place. Josh McGill up 3 places. Banter Brandon went up 5 places. Good for him. Absolutely. Where are we? In the race. We got Flea with the time penalty. So that's basically what's going on. It ties everyone on. Softs for Paul and Matthew. Interesting call for the sprint. But yeah, Robbo obviously cutting corners again. He's definitely going to get warnings for that. That was a huge cut on the inside. But 1.4 ahead. Josh McGill gets past Matthew. Josh McGill on those mediums. Oh, Paul looked like he ran into the back of Lewis there. And Matthew gets a wiggle on. So those soft tyres really not working well for him. Flea looks like he's had a bit of a moment in the middle sector. He's gone round. Still going though. Fortunately for him. But yeah, here we go. Once again, Prodigy all over the back of DMAC, but can't find a way past. It's running a bit higher down force. Oh, he goes to the inside, but decides against it. Josh McGill fastest lap. He's on a recovery charge. He's got the sprint race and the main race to go. So he's got a bit of time, and he's already made up good positions. So he's off to a great start. He's right behind Paul here. Can he make a move? But he's in a bit of a DRS train. So through they go into lap 4. I want to see whether Robbo cuts this corner again. No, he didn't this time. Perhaps it was a mistake. Banter Random makes a move on Danny. And through into P9 he goes. And on a recovery charge he is. Prodigy all over the back of DMAC. Can he get a better run out of the corner? He certainly does. Lewis G's not far behind though. But yeah, DMAC's got a great drive out of that. Josh McGill's dropped back 2 places there. What happened to Josh McGill? Did he get a knock? Did he get a tap? What happened? Because now Banter Brandon is all over the back of him. But it looks like Josh McGill is running the slightly lower wings. DMAC gets himself a time penalty. For corner cutting. Lewis G now gets past Prodigy. So Prodigy was looking forward. Now he's gone back. Lewis goes up the inside, gets a little tap for his troubles. Prodigy defends that place for now. There's still contact as they're going through into the chicane, and Prodigy stays ahead for now. That looked like a cut from Prodigy, so there's got to be at least one warning. Banter Brandon gets himself a time penalty as well for corner cutting. It's quite early to get these penalties in, but this is Canada, and it's so easy to do so. This is costing these guys time to Robbo. As now Prodigy goes on to the attack. He's going to go around the outside. He gets squeezed into the wall. Is there room? There's just about room. There's a bit of contact. Prodigy cuts the corner. That will no doubt be a corner cutting warning. DMAC might have something to say about it, but it looked like 2 into 1 just didn't go. Oh, Lewis G. He sent DMAC into the wall. DMAC will be furious with the Alpine driver. He's just gone straight into the back of him, put him into a wall. That is a virtual safety car. And we can breathe once again. Absolute chaos. Monday tier. Chill the hell out every week. Wow. I mean, it's great to watch. Don't get me wrong, but whew, glad I don't race. Let's see how long this virtual safety car goes for. There's a 3.5 second gap between Prodigy and Robbo. I feel like Lewis G, who's cutting corners there as well, We'll cop a penalty for that contact with D-Mac. D-Mac be absolutely fuming, I imagine. It just looked like he misjudged his braking and went straight into the back of him, ploughed him into a wall. Contact model absolutely dreadful on this game as well. D-Mac's in the pits. It's, yeah, not good news for him. I mean, at least it's a virtual safety car at Summit. A full safety car would have been better for him, but, yeah, onwards we go. Oh, and he gets himself a drive-through penalty as well for his troubles. Paul's had a terrible restart. Tell you who hasn't, though. Josh McGill, as he's going to make a move on his teammate. Him and Ross, there's a bit of contact between these two guys. And Banter Brandon's in the mix as well. There's contact everywhere. Paul Jones glitched out there somewhere, lagged out like crazy. There's been a lot of that in this game recently. I don't know why, even with good internet. But anyway, back to the interesting action we go. The two Ferraris are now side by side. They've got Matthew, who's trying to go at the inside as well. Who's ahead? It's Josh McGill ahead, followed by Ross G, followed by Matthew. And through they go in the last corner. Yeah, there's a lot of lag going on here. I can see that. Not good at all. Not good. It's very, very off-putting. Very difficult to race behind when there's a lot of lag going on. Makes it nearly impossible. Prodigy's gained a little bit of time to Robbo, so he's had a good restart as well, but he's still 2 seconds behind the McLaren driver. Can he make any indentation on that? Let's see what pace he's got. He's certainly pulled away from Lewis G and broken DRS, so that's good news for him. He won't have to look in his mirrors too much. He's going to start pulling that gap if he can. GTR gets himself a time penalty for track limits as well. They will come thick and fast, especially in the main race. But the sprint race is where everyone's pushing just that little bit more. And Banter Brandon all over the back of his teammate, who's all over the back of Ross G at the moment. Will Matthew go down the inside? He's going to look at it, make a move. He certainly does. Down the inside, Matthew goes, and he's got the position well made, but the Ferrari will cut back on him. And there's a bit of contact on the exit. That seemed wholly unnecessary from both of them. And now Banter Brandon's going to get into the mix. He gets shut off the door on. I don't think he had DRS, or maybe he closed it a bit early. But through Matthew goes. He's into P6, and he will have DRS. He will be able to defend for a bit. Yeah, Banter Brandon didn't get DRS, or he wasn't using it. It was very strange. Don't know what's going on there. Ross G gets a little loosey-goosey on the exit and, whoa, slams the door on Banter Brandon. There is no love lost between any of these drivers out there. They are all gung-ho. They are every man for himself. And, yeah, it's, whoa, the lag from Paul. That's terrible. It's not Paul's fault. It's terrible. That is awful news for Josh McGill. Cause, yeah, look at that. How do you race that? It's a joke. Yeah, he's getting well out to the one side, and I don't blame him. It's so difficult. Paul goes in deep, but does he really? He might lag out in a minute. Josh McGill will make this move. I think Paul's realised, and he's just trying to keep a bit of a distance, go to one side if he can. And Josh McGill is through for P4, and he can breathe a little sigh of relief. Matthew he's trying to make a move on Paul as well, but can't quite do it. Ross G all over the back of Banter Brandon as well. Matthew goes down the inside of Paul. That's a brave move. And through he goes. Great stuff. Oh no! He's lost the back end, and Paul's had to hit the brakes. And that is terrible news for both of them. Matthew just lost the rear end and came across Paul. I don't think it was anybody's fault, but they've both lost out big time from that. It's Matthew especially. And Pippo's now all over the back of Danny. Can he make a move? Ross G gets past Banter Brandon. He has a position anyway with the penalty. But I'm sure he's going to want to make this move on track. Josh McGill up on the back of Lewis G. So if Josh McGill can get on the podium here, what a recovery drive that would be from him. Amazing stuff. I mean, it's a great race from him nonetheless to get to P4. He's got a great chance at a podium. I'm sure he's going to sit behind for now and bide his time. He's got a couple of laps to go. Banter Brandon all over the back of Ross G. Ross G's going to come across in him in the braking zone. You can't do that. And once again, another helping a DRS for Banter Brandon. Can he make this move? To the outside he goes. He's going to try and hold it round there. No, he cannot. And he backs out for now. Josh McGill gets past Lewis out of turn 2. Must have been a mistake from the Alpine driver. Probably not the ideal scenario. Banter Brandon now gets past Ross G. So again, I think a mistake from the other Ferrari in Ross, and he drops it back once again. Banter Brandon up to P5. Great recovery from him as well, right at the back of the grid. So Banter Brandon and Josh McGill absolutely on fire between them this evening, and have managed to survive most of the kerfuffle. Matthew on his way through to P11, past the Mercedes Matty, who then cops a penalty for his trouble as well. And through we go. Once again, anyone close enough to make a move? I don't think anyone's quite close enough to make a move at the moment. Everyone's having a look. And I tell you one thing, Prodigy is caught right up to the back of Robbo. He's been chipping away at that gap. He's pulled a 3-second gap to the guys behind, and he's nearly caught Robbo. So fair play. Prod will be one to watch in the race if he can get away off the line well. Lewis G gets himself a time penalty. Could cost him. But at the moment, I think he's okay. He's got a 4-second gap anyway, and the guy behind has a penalty. So I think he's okay for the minute. We've got a nice squabble for P7 going on. Danny holding up Paul and Pippo, the two Ps, as they go. Prodigy is in DRS. Prodigy has DRS on Robbo. This could get interesting. Wow. Does he have enough time? There's not long left. Neither of these drivers have any battery. I think Prod was in the... No, he didn't get given it. He was definitely... Prod was 100% in within a second, and the game has not given him DRS. The detection point is before the hairpin, between the hairpin and the chicane. He was absolutely under a second at that point. Paul now will go up ahead. Lewis G will get Josh McGill back, but he does have that penalty. Josh McGill will try and hold it around the outside, but there's no point fighting this too hard, and that's cost Prod loads. He's obviously running higher downforce, I would say. He's got better lap time, but he's losing out in the straight. So he made a mistake, one of the two, and that could well be it. I think the game screwed Prodigy over big time there. I mean, I'm not saying he would have been able to go through, but he certainly would have had half a chance. And I think it's cost him big time. But this makes for a very interesting race, because we're going to have Robbo followed by Prod, and Prod, we know, has the pace. And Josh McGill's going to be in behind. Royal Rumble goes in incredibly deep into the corner. I don't know how late he braked, but it was very late, and it's going to allow the door for Matthew to come through, who was sitting behind both of them. Very unexpectedly now goes through. Fair play to him. Bugatti now goes past ahead. I think GT Ord's had a bit of an issue. We're going to go back. Josh McGill gets the move. We're going to follow, though, with Robbo as he comes through the final chicane. Robbo will take the sprint race victory and come home in P1. Prodigy will come home P2. Josh McGill does get P3 on track. Lewis, P4. Banter Brandon in P5. Great recovery from him. Oh, Paul! Pulls round to the final chicane. He's going to reverse it to the line. I think he's going to lose that big time. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Oh, Paul. Sorry. Austin Powers, that was a reset to track. I'm sorry, Paul. That was caught on stream. Oh, dear. I don't think he cares at this point. Ah. Oh. Even when the checkered flag has fallen, there's drama aplenty. Well, I tell you what, we're driving like that Monday tier. It is not going to be long before we get a safety car in this race. That was a very, very aggressive display of driving skills there. But there we have it. Robbo takes the sprint race victory. I'm not going to press any buttons in case I get stuck on this again. Prodigy will come home P2. Great stuff from him. So close. Then Josh McGill cracking. Might go right. No, I can't. Like, cracking recovery from him from P10 to P3. But Panther Brandon as well, P16 to P6. It's a great recovery from both those guys. So great stuff. Basin, glitchy lobby going to be a nightmare. Yeah, I think it is. Glitchy lobby, lots of lag, lots of problems, and lots of aggression. I think we saw as well there, which could be make for a spicy race. Now for the feature race. Should we see if we can survive this one? I'm not going to touch any buttons. I was going to go check the race director to see who's on what tyres. I'm not going to do that, just in case I get stuck again, because I probably will. As we wait to get going. I think it's a two-stop race around Canada. Always used to be on older games, and the new tyres just so powerful. I think a two-stop's a great strategy around here, and it's an easy track to overtake on. You know, you've got such a long DRS straight, and if you're quicker with the tyres, you will just fly around people. You just drive around circles around them. So I absolutely think a more aggressive strategy is always worth going. Plus, don't forget, it's going to be safety cars. Inevitably, there will be a safety car around Canada. I will eat my words if there isn't, but here we go. 3, 4, 5, red lights. And away we go for round 9 in Canada. Robbo gets off to a good start. Prodigy's going to try and challenge him around the outside, but I don't think he's far enough alongside, and he's going to have to concede. Robbo holds the lead. Josh McGill's now going to try and have a go again in P2. Can he go around the outside of Prodigy? He certainly does. What a move from the Ferrari driver, and he's right behind his championship rival straight away. There's yellow flag, there's carnage, there's chaos. Ross G off the road. He's had to take to the escape road. Matthew and Danny trading positions further back. Great stuff. Panther Brandon all over the back of Lewis G, but I think all is going okay. Royal Rumble goes in very deep, and I think that's going to allow Matthew to go around the outside. It certainly does. He's up to P7 and on a recovery drive after his mistake in the sprint race, but Royal Rumble might want to go at the inside. No, he cannot, and that's going to allow his compromise his line and allow Danny now to go for the move. We're going to get tyres up very quickly, and down the inside goes Danny on Royal Rumble, and he has that move made into P8. Great stuff from the Alpine. Things you love to see. Paul makes a move on DMAT, but DMAT's going to come back at him. GT Ord's had a bad start. He's dropping positions further back. Josh McGill all over the back of our race leader Robbo and his championship rival. Robbo is not going to be liking this at all. It's a great run through the chicane though, and I think that's going to relieve the pressure for another lap. But Josh McGill looking very fiery on this restart. Oh, a bit too fiery. He goes straight on. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Where is he? There he is. He has gone straight on. I was confused what was going on there, but he's down in P5. He squeezes Panther Brandon off the track. I think he got caught out. I don't know what happened. Maybe Robbo came back across his braking zone. It kind of looked like it a little bit, and he just got caught out and had to go to the escape road. And that is, well, throwing a bit of a spanner in the works. He's going to be fuming. He was fighting for the lead, and now he's back in P5 once again. DMAC gets past Bugatti further back. There's a big break in the field between Matthew and Danny. Well, that squabbling is going to cost him. Down the inside goes Josh McGill on Lewis into the hairpin. Great move from him, but Lewis will get the better run out of the hairpin. But Josh McGill will be tucked in that slipstream. Matthew gets past his teammate behind. And Josh McGill, can he make the move? No. He hasn't got the straight line speed to do so. But Prodigy is in DRS as well. But he's got Ross G for company. Ross G on those quicker medium tyres. He's going to want to try and get through as quickly as he can. But now Prodigy, very important for his race, he's got DRS off of Robbo. So Prodigy absolutely looking like he's got some good pace right now. Is that Josh McGill looking to make a move? It was, but he had to back out of it into the chicane. You don't make moves there, and that was wisely backed out from the Ferrari driver. But he's all over, and he lost the back end a little bit again under braking. Matthew is on those soft tyres. I've only just noticed. That's why he's made some fantastic places right up to P6 from wherever he was, down in P11 or something. So great start, and that soft strategy really paying off for him. Well, early days for Matthew, and I think that's a good idea. I don't necessarily think hards is the right cool man here. I think save a set of mediums, go medium, medium, soft. Or medium, soft, medium. I really do. But Pippo goes around the outside of Danny. He's got the drive coming out the chicane. Great stuff from him. Oh, Josh McGill. Is he going to make a move here? He certainly is. He's going to make a move into the last chicane. What a move from the Ferrari driver, but look, the Alpine will come back at him. He gets the up and under on him. He's going to have the inside line. Josh McGill is going to be using all of his battery. Can he go around the outside? He's got the ascendancy into the apex, and he keeps the place. And great stuff there. Brilliant racing from the pair of them. Both on the ball, both fighting as hard as they can. Ross G all over the back of Prodigy. Prodigy all over the back of Robbo in turn. There's a yellow flag. Who's that? Is that Paul? It is Paul. He's round. He's round. And what a disastrous race from the Alfa Romeo. I'm sure he's going to be gutted. Flea's round as well. And he's... Don't disqualify yourself, Flea. He's round. He's made it round. Good man. But Prodigy now all over him, and Lewis G and Matthew going side by side. I think for a minute Matthew might have got a nose ahead. It's compromised Lewis's line. He's not got any battery. Matthew will brake later on the outside, and round the outside he goes. He will also get better traction on the exit with that outside line, and he certainly does. And will he be able to make this move stick? I don't know. But he is ahead. Yes, he does. Ross G and Prodigy go very, very close. Prodigy has the DRS as well on Robbo. Is he going to make a move for the lead of the race? Yes, he is. Through to the lead. Prodigy goes. He gets ahead of the McLaren. That's going to compromise the McLaren. Now Ross G is all over the back of Robbo. And bear in mind, he's on better tyres as well. Great stuff there. I think Robbo's had to use a lot of battery to defend, to not lose any further positions. He does not want to drop any more. If he's in P2, it's not the end of the world. Matthew has made a mistake. Again out of turn 2. Paul is pitting in speeding in the pit lane. He's quitting. He's had enough, and I can't say I blame him. Bit early in the race, is still a long way to go though, but he has had a bit of an abysmal one. You can't argue with that. And now Prodigy looks to try and get rid of the DRS of Robbo, but he's not able to do so at the moment. Ross G is looking very racy indeed, and I think given a sniff or an opportunity, this Ferrari is going to be sending one up the inside or trying to throw it around the outside. Josh McGill all over the back of Lewis G as well. Can he make a move into the hairpin? He's going to make it again on the Alpine. He did this. This is deja vu, and he makes the move once again. And I think he might get DRS because he was behind at the DRS detection point at the chicane. Yes, he does. And that's going to leave Lewis G very vulnerable indeed. But he's got good straight line speed in that Alpine. Banter Brandon is in behind. Can he do anything about this? No, he cannot. He has to sit behind and wait for a bit longer. What are the leaders doing? They're all following each other once again. And through onto lap 6 we go. The laps are flying by. Oh, Prodigy gets himself a 3-second time penalty, pushing too hard in clean air to try and break that slipstream, and he got himself a track limits penalty, and that means he... Whoa! Matthew got caught out a little bit by the early braking on the Constantina effect, nearly goes into the back of his teammate. That's the last person you want to go into the back of. But he manages to get away with it. But yeah, Prodigy is not able to break that toe, break that DRS. It's just ridiculous on this game how hard it is to break DRS. It doesn't matter how quick you are. You've got to be nearly 2 seconds a lap quicker. It's just a joke. But anyway, that's my opinion. I think a lot of things on this game is a joke. Paul, this game's an absolute joke. No grip, no feeling, and brakes intermittent. Yeah, I agree. It is. It absolutely is. Ross very, very close to the back of Robert, and he's cut the corner. He's got a penalty for it. The 2 of the top 3 drivers have a track limits penalty. Oh, Robbo is in the driving seat now. Josh McGill, though, not far behind. He's going to be looking to try and catch his slot up. Banter Brandon trying to go around the inside of Lewis G. Can he make that move? No, he cannot. D-Mac. Oh, there's contact. D-Mac and Matty Jones. We just caught the end of it. Matty looked like he was just had a nose at the inside, but just not quite enough. And T-Mac perhaps turning across him. Did he have enough of his car alongside? Probably didn't quite look like it, but without seeing the whole thing, it's difficult to say. Apparently I have another comment, but it's not appeared on my phone for some reason, so I can't read it. So I don't know if you've commented something. No idea what you've said. As we go in, the lead is all within DRS range once again. Josh McGill is under attack from the guys behind. He's trying to make some inroads to the guys ahead, but he can't quite do it. Tell you what, Ross G looking very close to the back of Robbo. Can he get a good run through the final chicane? That's what he's going to look to get, but I don't think it's good enough. He doesn't have much battery. Robbo has plenty. Prodigy doesn't have much either. So Robbo absolutely in the driving seat at the moment. Josh McGill will not like to see that, and he's dropping back from these three as well. Josh, he's just not feeling it. Oh, here we go. Whatever they've done with that update has absolutely ruined it for me and never felt as bad. So that's interesting because it always, every time they do an update, the game feels worse that day, and then it gradually seems to come back a bit over the course of the next couple of weeks. Well, on this game anyway. Last game it was just there and that was it. But this game, every time I've noticed they do an update, the grip on the tyre model feels very wild. Whoa! Talking of wild, Josh McGill. Wow. But then after a couple of weeks, it seems to like settle itself down. Now I don't know whether I'm imagining things. I think one of the other. Oh, yellow flag. Who was that? That's Prof. Prof has gone round. It hasn't bought a safety car, fortunately. But Prof is round and dropping to the back of the field. That's not good. Oh, that was a bit wide at the final chicane there for Robbo. I think he's got away with it, though. Yeah, one thing I found, I have a conspiracy on this game as well. That I honestly and truly believe there is some sort of catch-up on. So, on old games, arcade games, you used to have a thing called catch-up. So, when you were the car ahead, you had less power, or the game gave you less grip. And the idea was, you know, if you're trying to make more racing, because the guys behind gives you a bit of an advantage. There's also that gets a penalty. Robbo made a mistake. He's dropping back a bit, but I think they've got something like that. But I think it's dirty air that is backwards. I think they've coded it wrong, because when you're following a car behind and you're within it 0.8 or so, under 0.8, you seem to have more grip available to you. As you get under that 0.8, you have more grip, and as soon as you get past, you have less grip. As soon as you get ahead of that car, all of a sudden you have no grip at all. And then once you break that 0.8 to the car behind and get above that, all of a sudden you have more. That grip reappears. And I think it's like the dirty air is reversed and backwards. And you know, I don't know. I'm absolutely convinced of it. Matthew has quit. He's in P8. He's given up the ghost. He's quit from the points as well. So obviously not happy with what's going on. But yeah, I'm utterly convinced that there is a glitch with the dirty air where the dirty air is affecting the car ahead and not the car behind. I've been convinced of it for a while, and the more I drive, and when I speak to people as well, a lot of people are saying, yeah, it kind of makes a bit of sense. You know, and it makes it twice as hard to break that DRS, which is so overpowered as it is. It's a joke. Like, I was racing somebody the other night, and it took me so much to break the DRS. So much. I had to absolutely give it everything and wait for a mistake. And when I finally broke the DRS, I pulled away at I gapped them at 0.8 a lap. Nearly a second a lap. Comfortably. Like, yeah, I couldn't break DRS. I wasn't even close to breaking DRS for ages. It's just nuts. But anyway. There's my rant and a moan. I will go on all night. As always, you know me. By now, the top three, not really much happening. They're all going. Josh McGill is holding Lewis and Banter Brandon behind very well as well. So, yeah, on going there. Ross G, the only driver on mediums. D-Mac gets himself a time penalty. As Danny now looks to make a move on Royal Rumble. And around the outside he goes. Lewis G now gets a penalty, as does Josh McGill. So it looked like probably Josh cut, and then maybe Lewis cut followed him. I've done that many times myself, especially around it. And oh, Lewis very, very close to the back of Josh McGill there. Oh, another little slide from Josh McGill. Perhaps Josh running slightly less downforce than these guys. He's struggling for pace, but he's able to hold them away, even with the DRS. So perhaps a little less downforce on that Ferrari than any other. Banter Brandon sitting here in the slipstream. We've got, who's that? Oh, D-Mac down the inside of Royal Rumble. Great move from him. And through into P10 he goes. Very close for the lead. Still, they're all following each other in the DRS train. Robbo probably comfortably sitting there saving his battery. That he absolutely is. Oh, that was a corner cut as well. And that was a big... Oh! Oh, there's contact! There's contact! Wow! Drama aplenty. Prodigy made a mistake coming out of the chicane. And Robbo and Ross had to go one side then the other. Ross came across... I think it was 3-1 because Ross was on the inside. He couldn't go anywhere. Prodigy was the ham in the sandwich. And Robbo came from the outside to try and turn in as well. Obviously not realising there's 3 wide. And Prodigy gets absolutely screwed over completely. He will be fuming at that. And unsurprisingly, I would have to watch that again to make a judgment who's at fault. It certainly wasn't Prodigy. He was the ham in the sandwich, as I say. Did Ross come across to the left? Or his left, our right, as we looked at it? Or did Robbo turn in too early with 2 cars on his inside? We'd have to watch that again, but that has absolutely brought out the safety car. I've no doubt that will mean everyone will pit. They're all slowing up. No! Ross G doesn't. What's he doing? Robbo's in the pits. Josh McGill's in the pit. Lewis G isn't either. What are they doing? Banter doesn't. What are they doing? Makes no sense. No sense. Oh, Josh McGill on the softs. Josh McGill's going racy. He is going very, very racy. Flea, by the way. Oh, enters. Oh, it's going to rain. It's going to rain. It's just dawned on me. I thought, Flea, you absolute... What are you doing? But it's going to rain. The clouds are coming over. These guys think it's going to rain. It's clearly too early. But with the safety car, it could be a genius call. But it's... How early is it? How quickly does this rain come in? That's a bold call. That's why the G brothers have stayed out. That's why Josh McGill's gone and softs. Wow. Wow, this is going to change the whole course of this race. How quickly is this rain going to come down? How quickly? Prof gets... Oh, Prof. Profit. He gets a drive-through penalty. Hello, Master Marcus. Looking forward to the race. So am I, Chuckle. If you've only just started watching this, how do I sum up what's happened? Bad driving, over-aggressiveness, drama... lots of penalties and a safety car. I hope that sums it up for you, because that's pretty much what happened. Ross G now decides to pit. Are they going to go... What are they doing? Is he going to go on the inters? He is! He's going to go on the inters! This is... Sorry, I'm sounding way too excited. I'm trying to make some drama here. What is going to happen? Oh, it just... It's too early at the moment, but is the rain coming? Is it coming? I don't know. It's not coming. It needs to start raining for these guys on inters. It's too early. This game in a nutshell, absolutely, it so is. Yeah. There's no words for this game, but anyway. Wow. I mean, right, you're watching Long Chuckle. Please comment in the chat. What would you do if you're in the race here? I mean, we don't have access to see what the weather's like, but look. It's coming. It's obviously on its way. They've obviously got the forecast saying it was. It was raining in qualifying as well, which as daft as it sounds, normally means that there's going to be a bit of rain in the race. More often than, or more likely than not. But how quick does the rain come in? Because if the rain doesn't come in that quick, these guys at the front are going to be well in it. Josh McGill on softs, he's going to be loving that. Robbo is in a prime position as well. But if the rain comes now, these guys are screwed. Absolutely screwed. And do you know what? Flea and Prov are chasing down the back of the field. They're trying to catch up. They're on inters. They're going to struggle to catch up. And they could be the loose cannon here, because they're going to hold this safety car up for going in. Because they're struggling to catch up because they're on inters. And it's not inters weather. Roy Rumble decides to go for it. He's pulling the trigger. There's rain! We've got rain! Let's get excited because we got rain. I kind of hope it rains like loads, because the top two in the championship are going to be screwed over if it does, and that makes things really dramatic. I'd have gambled under safety car and gone inters. Good shout. I would definitely be going inters now. No, yeah. Well, I don't know how quick does the rain come in, because this game has a habit of making the rain last forever. Like, forever. So if these guys get about 6 or 7 laps while the dries are still quicker, which is feasible, they're in the money. But that rain's coming in now. It's coming in now. Just saying, Bugatti, who refused to go on into intermediates in qualifying when it clearly was intermediates, was the first person to go on inters, and now he's the lead car on inters if it starts raining and everyone comes in. Big downpour right now. Yeah. Wow. Safety car in this lap. It's quite early. It's too early for the inters. It is too early for them. Josh McGill's the best primed at the moment, because he'll be able to get these tyres warmed up, but... Oh, this is interesting. Banter Brandon leads us away. He's got a default setup, don't forget. He couldn't load. He got kicked from qualifying and couldn't load in properly. His car retired, so he couldn't load his setup. He has a default setup. He's done brilliantly to get from the back of the field in sprint qualifying to now leading the race through not pitting. Away he goes. Off he goes. He wants to go as early as possible because of the tyres that he's on. He needs to get as many corners driving on those tyres as he can. Through he goes. Robbo is going to go through on his teammate. It looked like team orders there. There was no... Look, absolutely Josh McGill down the inside. What a move. He's up the inside of his championship rival. He's got the move made. The Pippo goes round in the background. What did I say? Josh McGill on those softs. He will fire them up much better than anyone else. Bugatti's gone through. Those inters don't look terrible. They don't look terrible right now. They don't look great, but they don't look terrible. Matty Jones goes up the inside of Pippo. Pippo really struggling. The older tyres is what's going to kill people. The brand new rubber will be much quicker. Josh McGill, he gets put in the wall. Banter Brandon leaves him no space at all. Puts Josh McGill in the wall. What did I say about this? No love lost in this tier. The driving standards are abysmal. Down the inside goes Banter Brandon, but Josh McGill, no, there's contact again. Josh McGill, can he get the lead? Yes, he does. He has much more grip on those softs. Unbelievable. Wow, Josh. I know. This is insane. Bugatti Slave in the lead. Runner on inters. I'm going to have a heart attack. What's going on? Unreal. Unreal scenes. Matty Jones gets past Bugatti. Robbo. Banter Brandon's in the pits. He knows. He's made a wrong call. Josh McGill leading the race. Robbo behind him. But they're going to be screwed over in a minute. Matty Jones stays out. Bugatti stays out. Pippo stays out. Wow. All sat on soft. Oh, unreal. Absolutely unreal. What is going on right now? Let's keep an eye on these gaps. So at the moment it's still the slick runners that are ahead. Which, yeah, it's still slick tyre mode at the moment. The Ranger's not coming heavy enough for the inters to really switch on all that great. Pippo's behind. Bugatti are looking racy. So yeah, as I say, the inters just not quite quick enough at the moment, but they don't need to be. As long as it gets wet in the next couple of laps, they'll be fine. They'll be absolutely fine. As long as they last to the end, bearing in mind. Because that's another spanner in the works, don't forget. if it now gets wet to the end of the race, will these intermediate runners that people have put on inters, will they last? They might get a puncture. It's a long way to go. Safety car! Safety car! Flee! He's round, I think. Yes, he is. And that's a safety car. That's disaster. Josh McGill's in. Robbo's in. They have to. They have to go in. Now they're in a good position with those inters. Matty's in. Pippo has to come in as well. Surely. Ross G's in with... Yeah, they all are. Everyone's in. What a great call from Josh McGill. In the end. What a great call. He's through into P3. And he's got the freshest tyres of anyone. He's going to want to make a move on Prod and Bugatti. Let's see what the oh my goodness, Orsat! Orsat! You... honestly. What have you done, Orsat? What have you done? That's... it'd be poetic justice if he was in a Ferrari, wouldn't it? Because that would be a Ferrari strat, through and through. He's put on a set of hard tyres. So's D-Mac. AlphaTauri absolutely leading their drivers astray. Maybe it's going to dry up. Maybe they think it's going to dry up. Unreal, unreal. Crazy. Banter Brandon absolutely screwed there by the safety car. I feel for him. I really do. Bugatti, what a call from him. Prodigy, after getting screwed over massively as well, has got his comeuppance and he's got back into P2 with all this chaos. It is anyone's at this point. Bugatti could win the race. Prod could win the race. Josh could win the race. Robbo could win the race. Literally anyone could win. GTO could win the race because it might dry up. You just don't know at this point. Honestly. Unreal scenes. Flea has a drive-through, so he's got to serve that. D-Mac's back in the pits, so he's realised that Jeff is absolutely having him on. It is getting very wet now. It is getting quite wet. Whew. What a race. Go on then, Chuckle. If you're still watching, who's your money on? Who's winning this race? I'm going to put good money on Prod. He's got older tyres. I think Josh McGill's running slightly less downforce. Robbo's, I think Robbo's second favourite. Josh McGill does have good straight line speed. He could potentially work his way to the lead quite well with that. Be interesting to see, will safety car be in this lap? I did say at the beginning, before this race began, I said watch out for the safety car. It will happen. It's happened twice and a VSC. But with the driving standards in this lobby this evening, that is not surprising. It has been absolutely OTT as hell. Now, yeah, it's bucketing it down now. There's different texture on the road. That never used to be there. The spots are red. It never used to show up like that. That's changed. And we're going for another lap. And I don't know why we're going for another lap, because everyone caught up by the hairpin. So, why that was, I have no idea. But we're going to see it through another lap of safety car. Well done, Kobe. Orsat is absolutely sticking by his guns here. And I think that's brave. That's brave of him. He's gone, no. It will dry up. I'm convinced of it. AlphaTauri, Jeff, he's absolutely on the money. He's a good strategy engineer. It's going to happen. I can feel it. I feel good about this. Robbo leaving a silly gap under safety car. It was over 2 seconds. I don't know whether he made a mistake there or something, or was deliberately slowing down. Certainly wasn't keeping 10 car lengths. But he has caught up now. Might have just lost the back end or something. Potentially. Safety car is in this lap. And Bugatti becomes the de facto safety car. He is dictating the pace. He can go as quick or as slow as he likes. He can decide when to go. Obviously, he cannot overtake the safety car. He needs to wait for that to go in the pits. So it's in his interest to slow up now. But he could probably go now, because by the time he goes now, the safety car will be in the pits. So it does go in the pits. So anytime he can go, but he's going to keep it steady. Down into the final chicane he goes, and he's gone. And Prodigy's gone fairly well with him. Pulled a little bit, but not too much. But a good restart from the Mercedes driver. And away he goes, fairly clean safety car restart from everyone. Great stuff. Things you love to see. Ross G down the inside of GT Auden. I think he's going to go sailing backwards here. He's really, really struggling for grip. Danny will go around the outside of him, but fair play for keeping it on the road. Great stuff from him. But we have a fight for the lead. Prodigy is going to go for the lead. Josh McGill was going to try and follow him through. Bugatti was struggling on the restart. He must have made a mistake coming out of the chicane, because two cars have got past him now, Josh McGill and Prodigy. And now Robbo's trying to go and make a move, but there's no way through for the McLaren driver. He gets put into the wall. I cannot see where anyone is. Can he make the move? He's got the drive. The Mercedes will defend it for his life into the hairpin. Down the inside, the Mercedes goes once again. He's going to try and block the exit. Oh, there's contact! There's contact between the two of them, and Robbo has knocked the Mercedes round, and there could be a steward's inquiry on that one. Josh McGill goes for the lead of that race. That straight line speed playing dividends. What did I say? Watch out for that straight line speed. Through into the lead he goes, and with his championship rival Robbo spinning the Mercedes, dropping positions, and also could potentially cop a penalty for that, because he has sent the Mercedes right round. I'm sure the stewards will be having a look at that one at the end of the race. And Ross G trying to go around the outside. Oh, there's an Alpine run. There's chaos. Absolute carnage. Absolute carnage. I think Danny made a mistake, and there's got to be front wing end plates everywhere after that. Oh my goodness, guys, let's calm this down a little bit. Whoa, Robbo, for the second time this race, has gone into the back of somebody. He's outbraked himself. I think Robbo could be in big trouble with the stewards. That is twice, once in the sprint, once in the main race. Ross G has retired on track. He's going to be in trouble with the stewards as well. I do not want to be a steward after this. Royal Rumble goes straight across the track. He's gone wide. Josh McGill, great pace. He's pulling away from Prodigy here. D-Mac down the inside. Oh, what's going on here? What's going on? Everyone's changing positions. Banter Brandon at the inside of Lewis. Through he goes. Oh, my goodness. Bugatti. Sloven. Has he crashed on track? No. Yes. Maybe. No. No, he hasn't. Has he? Or is he retired? I think Bugatti's retired on track as well. I think Bugatti's retired on track here. Oh. This is cringy. How do I... Oh dear. Monday tier, you're in trouble. Guys, this is a long race. Be patient. Patience pays dividends. Oh, Lewis G's round. It's a safety car. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I have no words. I'm not even sure. Prodigy gets a drive-through penalty speeding under safety car. Oh, he's broke the delta gun in the pits and it's given him the glitchy penalty. I bet it has. Ah, Josh McGill retires. Yeah, I think everyone's retiring. And I'm not interested in commentating the rest of this race. This is frankly what I would call a disgusting race. Absolutely disgusting. This is one of the worst displays of league racing I've seen in a long time. The driving standards is shocking. Utterly, utterly shocking. I have just no words. No words. I've been league racing for some years. This is one of the worst displays I've ever seen. I'm truly, truly lost for words. It's not often I'm lost for words when commentating. Robbo's retired. Yeah, Pod's retired. Like, I'm stunned. The display that we have witnessed this evening is shocking and not normally the usual standards of RTG. And I apologise that we're not going to be able to see this race through. I'm going to cut the stream off. I'm going to pull the plug. This is not what we joined for. This is not what we race for. This is not what we're about. And I think a lot of people have to hold their hands up and say, I drove like a twat tonight, and learn from it. I think a lot of patience needs to be learnt. But in the meantime, thank you everyone for joining in on the stream. I apologise the way it's ended. This is not the way we want to go racing. This is not how we go racing normally, and I do hope that the stewards intervene in a very strong way, because this cannot continue. But thank you anyway. Until then, good night.